Hello, everybody. Hello. Apologies for the delay there. My alarm went off. My eyes came open. I was awake, and I was like, "Cool! I have 30 minutes to get out. To go from nap spot to stream spot. All I gotta do is just stretch and relax, and I'll get up and I'll get over there and what and just wake up. Ah, crap." I'm sure you've all had those moments like, oh, cool, I'm up, but I don't need to rush. I'll be fine. Ah, jeez. So I'm awake now. Thank you, Raptor, for the extra wake up. I appreciate you. Alrighty, so working on the Nargi. He does indeed, Tammy. Reminds me of the Strong Bad video for Trogdor, And the Trogdor comes in the night. The raptor strikes in the night. And the raptor strikes in the night! Yeah, pretty much, Mac. Like, that's pretty much how it is with me. Like, until I'm, like, up, I really shouldn't trust myself. Like, until I'm standing up, it's just like, no, look. If I have woken up any time in the last, like, 5-10 minutes, if I'm not physically vertical, don't trust it. It's all a ruse. My body is lying to me, and I should know that by now. I really should. Alrighty, so we are continuing the Narakuga today. That is the plan, that is the goal. It's coming along really well, actually. I'm really pleased with how the shading is going. And actually, no, but yes, I grabbed some granola on the way by. Got some granola bars. I've taken to buying, like, there's this, it's like a $10 box, but there's like well, not like a billion, but there's a lot of them in there anyway. So, occasionally I'll just be like, "Nyeh, granola bar, nyeh." I appreciate that, Raptor. It's always awesome to see you, dude. I know work makes it hard for you to watch, but I appreciate you being here when you can be, man. And thank you so much again for the dono. It really helps. Hey, Game Slayer. Dan's not a Pokemon. It's true, but I never actually said it would be a Pokemon. So it is a creature, though. It is a monster. It's very much on point for us. It's a creator. I did indeed watch the Direct Sway. Yes, I did. Shugi. Okay. So, just remind myself what the heck size my brush strokes are on this thing. I think it's like 3s I've been using. No, that's too thick. 2s for this. I think it's 2s for the thin stuff, like the detail work. 1s for the really fine detail work, and 3s everything else. No, that was like a 4. Maybe even a 5. Yeah, I think it's 4s and 5s for some of this. Jeez. I don't know. Wow, you didn't sway. How are you doing, Luna? And everyone else? How are all your days? Let me go ahead and fire up the 7 o'clock monster match as well before I forget about it. Just busy, Luna? Busy's not bad, though. Nah. So far, more or less what we've been doing is just covering all the shadow on this Nargacuga. I think we've got pretty much all of the actual, like, shadow. Oh no, not all of it. Most of the shadow done. And it was alright, Nova. A little extra visibly tired. Oh no. Hey, Pixel. Who is it? What's it, Mac? It's a Nargacuga. It is a monster hunter monster. One of the ones I like quite a bit, actually. Like, there's actually a lot of cool Monster Hunter monsters that we might do, but I thought the Nargi made for a pretty challenging one because of its pose, all the extra shadows involved, and its art in the art here. Yeah, see, like pretty much this whole line here is shadow. How's it going, Pixel, though? Because, yeah, it looks like pretty much all of this is like, up the side of this is shadow, too. Pretty much there's a line going down, like, the side of this. What it looks like to me, anyway. Well, maybe not quite there, though. Dang it, I keep hitting buttons that are not the right buttons. Darn you, buttons. Losing my sanity by the end of the stream? Nah, I mean, it's not nearly as bad as the Elden Ring has been lately, so I think I'll be alright. Let me get this picture back to full opacity so I can see what the heck I'm looking at here. Oh. I've been fiddling with the wrong one. That explains it. I'm like, why isn't it changing anything? Well, it's simple, really. It's because... Hey, bro! Hello! Okay, that should go back to being about... Let me just back it up to where like, before I started fiddling with it, huh? 40%? Is that right? Is that right? I suppose it is. Okay. Put that to full opacity. Yeah, okay, so there's definitely shadow going on here. Looks like it's one of those slightly complicated ones, but kind of runs like from here. It's the wrong layer. From here. I might need to trace like per section with it. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to decide. Like, this part back here is definitely shaded, and then there's definitely parts of this like wing thingy that are shaded. Oh, Elena, call on account of rain. Oh, I'm doing all right, Pixel. Thank you. I think it's something like that. Normally, I'm only too happy to have the white layer behind, but sometimes it makes it hard to spot the shadows, especially when they're on a darker creature like this, because it's like, okay, well, what's shadow and what's just darker creature, you know? Although Game Slayer, thinking about it, if it helps, we could do the what kind of Pokemon are you song, you know? What kind of Pokemon are you? What makes you do things you do? Some of those after episode songs are pretty good, actually. I think most people remember the road to Viridian City. I'm on the road to Viridian City. I don't know, it was catchy. I don't remember the words really anymore, but it was catchy. There's a question for you guys. Out of all the songs that have come out, you know, regarding Pokemon, from theme songs to extra songs to whatever, which one do you think is the most memorable to you? No wrong answers or anything, just, you know, your opinion. The Poke Rap, definitely a solid choice. No, sure, Nova? You can't remember Black and White's theme song being good? You just know the whole rap, then part 2 came out, and then you forgot it? Yeah, the rap is long. Jesse and James version of the Rocket Anthem? Right. Wait, is there not a Jesse and James Team Rocket? Like, is there one other than theirs? Now? That's new. To me, anyway. Protect the world from devastation. Although the lyrics of their song really like kind of suggest that they're the good guys, you know, to protect the world from devastation. Except for the to unite all evils part, I guess. But like a lot of the lyrics are, you know, like to denounce the evil of truth and love. Okay, well, to denounce something means to, like, you know, reject it. So they're rejecting evil with that one? Like, huh? Like, you know, like the lyrics are a little bit like, I'm not sure you guys know what you're saying. If it was announce the evils of truth and love, that would make sense. But denounce? Okay. I'm not sure you guys know what you're saying. Like announce, pronounce, like these things make sense. Denounce? I don't know. Oh yeah, Megapixel. Fair enough, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it was just kind of their intro thing. Like I think they're just trying to sound cool, more or less, is what it is. Oh yeah, like I'm not saying that, like, you know, they're bad people or started off as bad people, but they're pretty dedicated to the whole, you know, wahahaha, you know, Saturday morning cartoon villain thing now, so. Fair enough, Luna, fair enough, yeah. I think for me, though, honestly, the most memorable... Like, yeah, I mean, obviously the original theme song is never going to leave my head, I suppose. Pretty much lives in there rent-free. But I think for me, the most memorable, or my favorite, anyway, I suppose, of the memorable Pokemon songs is the one from the movie 2000. It's not really a song. It's just like the ocarina tune or the whatever instrument it is tune for Lugia. Because it was all it always just like, it just cuts right through you. You know what I mean? Like it's sort of sad and sort of, you know, I don't know. It's nice. You like the one from Advanced Battle Game Slayer? I think I actually remember that one a little bit, and I barely even watched that show, so that speaks a lot for it. Sure, if I'm like shading in the right sections here. It's hard to tell, really. Yes, I am. That's fair enough, Pixel, yeah. Stars Engine Pass, they came to play, but they never last. Kinda sounds familiar. For some reason, whenever I start thinking like other theme songs besides the original, the one that jumps to mind is either the Pokemon Johto one, you know, the whole new world, or the one from Orange Island, just like, so you wanna be a master of Pokemon? That makes sense, Pixel, yeah. Like, oh, welcome to Saffron, but the Psychic types are unbeatable, but Dark types. But they're so unbeatable, but Dark types. Yeah, it's fair, really. None of that would have happened after Gen 2. It didn't have one, I guess, but it would have made a lot more sense, because, you know, the Dark types were what Ghost types are supposed to be. I was never exactly sure if the Orange Island ones are supposed to be like filler or what though, because like Ash wins the Pumelo League against a frickin' Dragonite, and like no one ever gives him any respect for that afterwards. Like, wow, good job, you're the champion, and then he goes back to being like nobody. Like, oh, okay, I guess that didn't count then. Because the battle against, I forget what like the dude's name is, but the guy with the Dragonite was pretty great. Yeah, pretty much, Pixel, yeah. Because Gen 1, you know, and then like, oh yeah, but Ghosts beat them, and you're like, yeah, well, I mean, sort of, but not really, because all your Ghosts are also poison types. For, you know, some reason. No, in the games it would have been Lance, but in the Orange Island League it was Drake. That was his name. It was just Drake, I think. Because I'm not sure if Orange Islands was filler or what, but that was where he met his Lapras. Like a good number of things happened in the Orange Island League, but then like later on you like never heard about it ever again. So I don't know. So there's all these little like patches of shadow on the plating here. I'm not really sure if it's all shadow, if it's just darker patches, but it's still well expressed with shadow, with like the shading layer, so I guess that's fine. It's time for super detailed shading, I guess. Also, we've been using these two stream playlists for a while, and I think I'm gonna let my Spotify expire, and then we're gonna find like game soundtracks to use probably after this month ends, just to shake it up a little bit, you know. 'Cause, I mean, there's not too many free whatever soundtracks on Spotify, and frankly, like if I'm not gonna be using it frequently, because like I don't use it between streams at all. So it seems kind of a waste to pay for it if I'm not really using it, so. Yeah, I remember you mentioning, Luna, how you didn't really watch much animated stuff when you were a kid. Royalty free, yeah, could do that too. But I mean, there's a lot of soundtracks out there that like aren't actually like copyright, you know, or like they are, I suppose. But like, you know, when you use them on YouTube, they don't get claimed because they're part of like game soundtracks and stuff. So we could work our way through Pokemon, we could work our way through Zelda, you know. There's lots of classic music out there we could avail ourselves of. I suppose right now we would be doing Monster Hunter, I suppose, huh? Would make sense anyway. I'm not convinced this is the right way to go about this armor plating. I might just have to come through here with a different color or something. I don't know, but there's so much detail on these monsters that I'm trying to make sure I get that in there, and I'm not sure that shading is necessarily the right way to go about it, but it's not necessarily wrong either, so I'm a little torn. Well, my main problem with it is just like, if I'm looking for game stuff on Spotify, like, yeah, it's harder to find for sure. But also just like, if I'm not paying close attention to it, your playlist will end and it'll wander you off to somewhere else that isn't meant for streaming or isn't okay with being streamed, and then you get in trouble with that. You know what I mean? Because that happened to me before, honestly, with one of the playlists on here actually that I've been using. The playlist was fine, but then I didn't realize how short it was. And I had to like mute like 3 or 4 songs after the fact to make it okay for copyright. So that's why I've been sticking to the same 2 playlists because they're super long. Turn down the white a little bit, because like seriously, it's so bright. Alright, Game Slayer. Happy walking, dude. Hopefully it's a nice night for walking. Oh, Empress, by the way, I don't know if you have any intention of watching, there's a Netflix show called, based on Neil Gaiman's Sandman. I don't know if you have any intention of watching it, but there's an episode I saw that made me think of, that kind of put something in an interesting context. I think you might appreciate. I don't know if any of you would mind me talking about it, because I don't know how many of you guys like haven't seen it or plan to see it and don't want any spoilers. It's not exactly a spoiler, I guess. It's from an episode that doesn't really have anything to do with the rest of the show. It's kind of got these two like bonus episodes, I guess, after the main plot is over. So I don't know if it matters to anybody, but figured I would ask before I went ahead and talked about it. Hey Brady, it's a tad chilly, but you like that? Yeah, I don't mind that either, actually. How's it going, Brady? Hey, Whitney. Oh, for the Sandman series on Netflix, Mac. Wasn't sure if anybody would care if I mentioned if I talked about that a little bit, just for a minute or two. Assuming Empress wants to hear about it anyway. You mainly care about game spoilers? That's fair enough, yeah. Not familiar with it anyway? Like I said, it's not really a spoiler for the show itself anyway, just for one episode that is kind of separate anyhow, so I think it's probably safe to go ahead and just mention. Am I not watching it, Mac? Do you want to hear about it, Empress? Or should I just, like, leave it alone? All good, Brady. Music is good. You don't mind either, Luna? Alright, so basically, hey Dustin. So basically, I guess, what kind of amused me about this was, so the show has a lot of semi-conceptual stuff, which is, you know, fine, but a little confusing at times. But one of the bonus episodes it kind of had was about cats, which of course made me think of Empress. But in the episode, it basically asserts that once upon a time, cats were the masters of the entire world. That's, you know, hence the cat the cat attitude. And not just in like the ancient Egypt worship cats kind of way, but in like this sort of almost semi-absurd way where, like, you know, cats were like dinosaur size, like house cats, not like saber-toothed tigers. Like house cats were like dinosaur sized and would hunt and like eat humans, and it was a terrible time for people. But then because of the way that this world works, enough humans dreamed the same dream about humans being in charge, and therefore, and it just kind of became true. And cats became our pets. And so this one cat that had lost her kittens because her owners didn't want to take care of them, you know, sought out, you know, Dream, the Sandman guy, inside of her dreams, and learned this from him because he doesn't really care. He's not really partial to anybody. And so the idea that this cat had was, all right, well, if we can get enough cats dreaming the same thing, then we'll put the world back to cats being in charge and eating humans and stuff, right? And so the episode ends off with this scene of like these owners watching this cute little baby kitten, like, you know, like dreaming, like wiggling, you know, in her sleep and pawing at stuff and kind of like snapping her teeth, like, oh, it's so cute. What do cats dream about anyway? And you realize the cat's dreaming about, like, the cat is dreaming about eating people. And you're just like, that's dark as heck. Oh my god, what? And I was just like, okie dokie then. But I don't know. It made me think of Empress because, you know, cats. And yeah, you're not wrong, Brady. There's a lot of hip hop music that just kind of ends up being this like deluge of curse words. You're not wrong. Some of it's pretty well put together, but it can be hard to listen to occasionally. I agree. Because of that. Not really Mayhem, no. I think it's just like mostly, honestly, my goal with these art streams is to make myself do art, more or less. If I left it up to myself to do on my own time, I would never do it. And I wanted to get better at doing art. So the only way to make myself do it on a regular schedule, pretty much, is to stream it. And that's what I'm doing, you know? Oh, you missed the whole thing, Empress? Oh. So I was saying that I was watching the show called Sandman on Netflix, and it's sort of a bonus episode after the main plot is already over with. But basically, it describes what cats dream about, and it's dark. It's super dark. Well, for us anyway. Not so much for them. Yeah, so basically, Empress, it asserts that, like, once upon a time, the entire world was ruled by cats, and they would hunt humans and eat and, like, play with us and then, you know, eat us. But then enough humans dreamed that they were in charge that the world just sort of changed and became that dream, because that's just how it works in this show. And so, there's one cat who's super mad at humans because she lost her kittens, because their owners didn't want to take care of them, and they did the whole burlap sack thing, which is awful, and I kind of fast forwarded that part, honestly. I can't stand to watch that kind of thing happen. Like, no, I'm good. Anyway, so she was, you know, understandably a little peeved, and, you know, sought the Lord of Dreams for answers, and he told her about how the whole cats used to rule the universe, used to rule the planet thing. And so she goes around trying to, like, get other cats to all dream the same dream where they're in charge again. And most cats are like, yeah, but, like, good luck getting 1,000 cats to do anything, you know, to do anything at the same time, which is fair. But then it ends off with this little kitten sleeping in her bed and kind of like having a dream, and her owners are like, oh, she's so cute. I wonder what she's dreaming about, and it like shows the cat like pawing the air and then like snapping her jaws on something, and it's the exact same like animation as when they showed the cat like hunting and eating a human. I was like, oh, it's dark. It's called Sandman Mayhem, but it's like a one-off episode after the main plot is over with. Extremely dark, Whitney. Like what? Like, oh, they're so cute. They're murdering us. Like, what? No. Yeah, like it was an all right show. It kind of got a little carried away with itself occasionally, but it was pretty all right. I think I might have done the same thing here done before, where like I came in on the on the shadow layer to do detail work, and I should have just like done the whole thing. But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like in the end. Awesome games, and that's part of it too. Honestly, it's just like, you know, I've several folks, they'll be like, hey Matt, you know, seeing me draw seems to inspire them to draw, and that's cool, you know? Like, if it gets you in the right mood for it, then hey, you know, that's great. Monster snacks are our stream currency, Brady. There's actually currently a Monster Mash open where you can win some of them if you like. But basically, the longer you're here, there's a bunch of commands and stuff that you can use them for, like mini games. We have sound effect commands that you can use them to you can use to kind of react to things on stream. Sort of the more you're here, the more need you have of them, or more uses you have for them, rather. Like that, yeah. Hey, Gwag. Yeah, I think I might need to like copy this whole section and move it to like another shading layer. Cause like it works. You know, but it's sort of the more detail than I needed on that particular layer. The more you eat, the more you toot. No, that's beans. Alright, yeah, I might need to move that whole area I just did too, well, except for this section over there. It's like, some of it is on the right layer and some of it's not, which is the difficult part. All these little details are kind of in the wrong neck of the woods. Well, I guess they're the same darkness as the rest of it. Let's do a general cut, I guess, and we'll see what we can do with it from there. Which everything next to this line. Well, I don't know, I'm torn actually, because like it's not significantly darker than anything else. I don't know, maybe it's fine. Leave it alone for now, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know, Game Slayer. It's a little weird sometimes like that. You're not wrong. A lot of subplots in the same episode. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of subplot, but yeah, having it get distracted from what it's doing can be annoying. You want the show to have some level of focus. You've been better, Quag? Don't want a trauma or anything like that, but with your girlfriend on Sunday? Aw, I'm sorry, dude. That's no fun. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You know, I wish I knew what to say to make you feel better. I know it's not that simple, but you know, I don't like seeing folks unhappy or you know, having to deal with hard stuff, and unfortunately, I guess that's just how it is. But still, that sucks. I don't know if it's any comfort to you, really, but you know, we're here for you, dude. You want to chill, Quack? Fair enough, dude. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. No, that's fair enough. Yeah, like shows that have like one clear objective are great, but sometimes having a little extra flavor is good. But I can definitely understand that like if it starts getting pulled in all directions, it's hard to know what to kind of set your sights on. Of course, dude. You gonna lurk for now, though? I get you. Lurk away, my dude. So, your next artwork is gonna be Edelgard, Quirrell, Mami, and Hasebe. Cool, Fyra, and Last of the Cat from Stray. The games you can remember that you did this on? Cool. Doing a game-inspired art thing sounds pretty cool. Just so much shadow to do with this Nargacuga, honestly. There's shadow everywhere with this thing. But a lot of it just isn't shadow. So like this here is just dark patches on the skin. And I'm wondering if I should be using the shading layer for this. There's no reason I couldn't do, but it might have been better of me to come through with a different shading layer, like a more gentle shade for some of this. In the game? Oh, how they do it in the game? I don't remember a split image in the game. Been a while since I've played Three Houses, though. Hey Renee, how you doing today? Yeah, it's tough, Nova. Like, there's a lot going on with this one for sure. I may end up having to like back out of this and try different layer approach, depending on how this goes. But we'll see, I guess. Some of it definitely is shadowing, you know, but some of it's not. Honestly, this whole back section, what might be better to do is instead of doing shadowing, I should use highlights for this instead. The darker areas are not necessarily. Because I would do this color here, and then this is highlight here, not, you know. There's a lot of highlight areas, not so much shadow areas. That might make more sense for this, honestly. For that section, at least. This is shadow over here, but that's different. I'm kind of trying to avoid this weird washed out white aura thing going on over here. I'm not really a giant fan of that. So I'll probably get rid of that personally. You had to carry the Doge, April. You like, no, carry me. I do not want to walk. What's up, Toasted Man? Would you live anywhere in the world, or would I live? I mean, I don't know, honestly. I'm pretty happy where I'm at, honestly, but that's mostly just convenience, I suppose, more than anything else. If I wouldn't mind living somewhere where I had better access to, like, I don't know, like, honestly, what jumps to mind is food for some reason. It's not like I'm having any trouble, you know, getting food here, I suppose. I don't know. I'm too much of a homebody to be really like where I live doesn't matter a great deal to me, I suppose. As long as I'm happy there, I don't really, you know, I'm not really bothered too much. How's it, Mr. Krabs? How's it going, dude? I drew that right onto the thing, didn't I? No. That's on what layer is that on then? Oh, that's the extra shading layer. Cool. That's actually done right then. Basically, the scene from Dimitri's route where he was nuts with a bit of stylistic from FE Heroes, the armor breaking when they take loads of damage. Ah, cool. Sounds promising. There we go. Some more detail for the shading. Got the shoulder here. Pretty good, actually. One of the tricks here is going to be figuring out what color it is exactly, though, because like you have a lot of shades of blue, and you got to find the right one for the base color. I think it's this one right here, this kind of darkish blue. This here, maybe. It's pretty dark, though. Because like you kind of got these lighter highlighted threads. You got the darker threads. It's probably somewhere right in the middle of that, you know. Kind of like a blue-gray. Sorry, my eye is itching. Hang on a second. I'm gonna try both. Feel confident enough? Cool. Yeah, I mean, hey, go for it, dude. Might be a little premature of me to get on the coloring horse, but I kind of wanted to see how it would go, you know? Why does it look see-through for? Oh, it's not. I think it's the... Is it the white behind it? No, it's the shadowing on top of it. Yeah, okay. Apparently I didn't go all the way to the tip of the tail to fix that. I need to like actually... Need to actually like finish some of this. Sometimes you think you're done an area, and then you like zoom in, you're like, oh, it looks awful at close distances. A lot of coloring outside the lines on this one. It doesn't even have any lines. I don't know, I guess it kind of does, but it kind of doesn't as well. Makes sense, Lena. Yeah, I've never really used spray paint too much. I've done a little bit with it, I guess, like canned spray paint, but mostly because when I used to do my model painting, you know, it was just easier to spray paint on a base coat. Although I didn't actually do that much because it stresses that you need good ventilation, and typically where I live has had lousy ventilation, so I wouldn't spray too much because fumes. Fumes are a pain. They can though, Nova, yeah. And it seems I'm gonna have to come back through here anyway after the fact. I might as well just do this quick for now. Just, you know, get all the mass of it in, paint color wise, and then we can come back through after and finagle with it. Thank you all for 10 likes on the stream, by the way. Very kind of you. Honestly, I'm not even sure I want to do color on this one, though. I'm gonna give it a shot, but like I'm really liking the shading effects we're seeing so far, and it's been a lot more satisfying to do. Because the color adds in a whole other, you know, world of issues I gotta worry about, you know. Hoping the color ends up looking good, though. But with the grayscale, at least, you know, you're not getting entangled with anything too crazy, I guess. That is true, Game Slayer. Yeah, I actually saw a video. I think Nova showed. Which reminds me, I still haven't showed you that art channel. Have I, Nova? Darn it. But Nova showed me an art video where someone was like, yeah, like, you know, you shouldn't, like, when you're learning about, you know, doing art skills on digital, try to limit yourself to how many undos you get, because of that exact reason. You have an unlimited number of redos. Mistakes don't matter. So if you want to, like, you know, have skills that are applicable to paper, if you want that, then it kind of matters a little bit, you know, to not get too comfortable with it, or not rely too heavily on having to undo everything. Because with real paper, you know, you only have so many erases before it just starts to look bad, no matter what you do. It's an interesting idea, an interesting point. Yeah, the whole critter is more or less blue-gray, to some degree or another. Oh, yeah. Last call for Mashers, you guys. I'll be drawing winners in just a moment. Once this white hurts my eyes. Get rid of that. Like having to go from, you know, bright to dark. My eyes are like, bleh, stop it. The nails are pretty much black, though. I need to come back through here after with the actual, like, you know, toe colors. Figure all that mess out. You know what? Actually, maybe we should leave the legs alone because, like, it's not. It is still blue-gray, but it's darker. I think because it's scales, not fur. The fur is a certain color, but the scales might not be entirely the same color. Hey, Lan, how's it going, dude? Alright, sounds good, Game Slayer. Happy TV lurking. And Monster Mash winners are Mac, Hiryu, Empress, Pixel, and Dustin. Congrats, you guys. Next match, I'll whip in just a minute or two. I'll let the mods get the snacks out first, and then I'll go ahead and launch the next one. If you're a fan of Gunmetal Gray, Luna, you might like it if I ever manage to get enough put back to start doing model painting again. So I'd like to do model painting on stream, but just the models and paints are so darned expensive, it's not really feasible right at this moment, but it is kind of a goal of mine in future, potentially. One of the main colors for a lot of the models is bolt gun gray. Especially most of like the technologically inclined species. Oh, the Tau usually get more like earthy colors, I guess. Well, not earth, but like ceramic, I guess? Like their armor always looks kind of like red or orange as opposed to gray. Their weapons are usually black, too. Yeah, and that's fair enough, Luna. That's fair enough. That's part of why I wanted to do the model painting thing, because, like, you can achieve very different results. Like, I have some Tau Fire Warriors I painted years ago out of a troop I never finished, but they're red and black with white trim. Really quite nice looking, but I never got to finish them. They're still around here somewhere, but... Oh, what happened here? How's it going, Lan? See, this color of blue here is darker, though. I'm wondering if that should be the color I should be using, is this one here. It's a little bluer, you know? I think I like that better, honestly. Hang on. Bip. Yeah, that looks better. Uh oh. Whoops. A little, over-enthusiastic, perhaps. It happens. Nuggets! Nuggets! Wish I had nuggets. That's awesome, though, Lan. Thanks for joining us tonight. How are you doing? I already asked you that. I'm glad you're doing good. My brain. It's like, oh yeah, how you doing? Like, you literally just asked him that, Matthew. Oh yeah. I'm trying to stick the blue to where the fur is, instead of, you know, everywhere. You know, this is kind of grayish too. It's armor, not fur, so... Hey, Frisk! Alright, hyperfixating on Guzma and Team Skull. Made it hard for the Gang of Misfits. Yeah, Team Skull was definitely a fun one. Doing pretty good. Thank you. Gonna head back to work tomorrow night, Lan. The power's back on. Oh, your power was out? That sucks. 8 o'clock mash, you guys. We'll do the mash. We'll do the monster mash. The monster mash to win those monster snacks. See, this is where the trouble with color starts coming in. It gets harder and harder to do because of the textures you need to keep in mind, especially on a creature like the Nargacuga, which has different, like, skin texture and fur texture and membrane texture and, you know, a lot of different textures at work with the Nargacuga. Oh, April. I'm glad it's accurate, though. I gotta say though, with the direct today, there's a lot of things coming out in the near future. I'm gonna need to start saving up for. November is gonna be wild. We got Pokemon. We got the new Sonic game, I think, in November as well, isn't it? So that's 2 right there. I'll have to go back over and make an actual list later to see what all, you know, I wanna pick up officially. But it's like, Nintendo, you do know that we're not made of money, right? Yeah, Zelda has a May release finally, like an actual set in stone release, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Frontier's 10 days before Scarlet and Violet, so November is going to be expensive. I think the first Front Mission game is coming out in November as well. I'll need to double check that, but. Like, I don't have all this money lying around. Nintendo, do you mind? Alright, Nova. When they reach into their wallet, they're really just reaching into our wallets. Right, Empress? Tears of the Kingdom did look pretty sweet. I mean, I'll confess that for like when it first started showing the ruins and the runes and all that, I was like, is there any chance that this is just Chozo ruins? Because like Prime 4 was announced like what, like a year ago, and it never happened. And I really suspect they just rolled it into Dread. And like, I enjoy Dread a lot, but like, I still want Prime 4, man. I'm sorry, I just do. The Pikmin 4 news was pretty cool though, I gotta say. Yeah, that's what I figured, Land. We just haven't heard anything about it. Is all, you know. It's just kind of off in the somewhere lands. And how's it going, dude? Yeah, but I mean, it's part of the expansion pack games, though, and so, like, I don't really care about that. Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2 are coming to it as well, and that's really cool and all, but, like, you know, it makes me want it a little bit, but not enough to spend, you know, all that money on it. So... Yeah, pretty much, Land. Like I love those games, but I don't want to spend that much money on it. Is the thing. Like if it was a one-time purchase, then sure. Like if they'd come out with like, oh hey, you know, buy Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2, and as a side note, we're also going to be throwing in like Pokemon games from Gen 1 through to Gen whatever that were on handhelds, you know, through up through Alola, as a Switch collection. That you can play inside of Stadium just like you could back in the old days, then like that would be different. I would totally pick that up. But as a monthly subscription, no, I don't care. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. Yeah, like. I'm not saying the games that they're coming out with on the 64 thing aren't cool. It's just not enough to make me change my mind about wanting to pay every month for them. Because I don't play, you know, Switch games every single month. I mean, sometimes I do when there's something to play. But like, you know, just paying, you know, like for all the amount of time I would spend not playing them, that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, if I played them like every single week, then maybe. But like, I'm not going to do that. Is the problem? Yeah. So yeah, Nova. So there's this expansion pass basically that gets you access to some extra games and features on the Switch Online membership, and it's like $20 or $30 extra. It's bananas. So I'm just like, nope. I'm not doing it. Yeah, me too, Lan. Like, it would have been awesome to have like a real Game Boy thing. I mean, we can still do it, Nova. I mean, there are other ways. You know, it's not completely beyond the realm of possibility that we have a Pokemon Stadium stream for the first time in quite a while. I mean, you may remember we actually did a Pokemon Stadium stream years ago, and you know that was well before Switch announced any of this junk. So. I know. Well, maybe like, it was quite a while ago. We're talking like my first month of streaming, so it might have been before I met you, actually. I suppose. Game Slayer might remember it though, and Blaze perhaps. Well, you guys know I always encourage people to play stuff on like legit hardware, but like there are times when that's just not feasible, and I recognize that. So. I was also pretty psyched when they announced the remaster for Tales of Symphonia, because I was just talking about playing through that again. And I was like, Nintendo, get out of my head. But that does raise the interesting conundrum of like, do we wait for the remaster to come out and then play the remaster, or do we just, jump on the wagon now, sooner, and just play it now? Because like, by the time I'm done playing Symphonia, like the remaster will be out. Like, if I started playing like this week or next week, I guess, like, the remaster would be out before we were finished, because it's not a short game. So, it's kind of like, So I might need to do a poll to see what people think on that one. Well, because like from what little I saw of the remaster, it didn't really look like any kind of graphic, like they called it a remaster, but it didn't look any different from what I remember. They're not updating anything about it as far as I can tell. I'm not gonna say that for absolute certain that nothing has changed, but like from the graphics they showed, it looks exactly the same. So it's kind of like, all right, you're calling it a remaster, but it's just kind of a re-release, really. So at that point, do I just like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to play it now and then have regrets later, but it doesn't really look like it's any different, so I'm not sure I care. Like, spending another 80, 90 bucks on a Switch game is great. I'll have it for longer, I guess. But I'd rather, I already own the game. I own it twice. Because I have it on Steam. Because I wanted to make sure I could play it for you guys at some point. So I already bought it twice. What do you want from me? Should we go for 3 times? I'd like double the price. No, I didn't know. I didn't even know there was one until years later, years after the fact. It was on the Wii as well as I recall, and I didn't really have much of a move for Wii at the time. It's kind of hard to tell what I'm doing with this fur because it's dark and I cannot see it. Yeah, I remember it not being nearly as popular as the first one. Yeah, it might, Anth, it might, but I guess we'll see as we get closer to it, but I don't know, it seems quite likely that it's not going to be much different. And spending full... I mean, I guess I don't know what price it's going to be just yet, but... I'm just saying, like, I'll be very disappointed if they try to charge, like, full new game price for it. If it's just a re-release, because it's like, alright, cool. It's more convenient to play, but, like, other than that, whoop-de-doo, you know? I also loved how, like, for, like, the character reveal, not reveal, but, like, oh yeah, play as Lloyd and Colette, and they're joined by Zelos and, Presea, and I'm like, okay, great, but, like, what about Genos and his sister, you know? The ones you start the game with. Why are you just ignoring, like just bringing out these characters you won't see for, like, you know, dozens of hours of game, but like, oh yeah, Zelos, like, who cares? Why Zelos? Alright, sure, yeah. I'll just ignore your starting people in favor of this guy you'll see way later. Yeah, finally, Anth. I saw somebody in another Discord making a joke like, you know, it should be called Zelda Tears of the Fan Base, and I was like, mean, but you know, it made me chuckle. I guess this is starting to look like a Nargacuga. Right? Like it's getting there. I didn't notice one of those. I saw that they were releasing Diddy Kong for Strikers, but I didn't notice a Donkey Kong game. Oh, Empress. Yeah, I never played GoldenEye because I wasn't much for first-person shooters, so that doesn't really mean anything to me. But I know a lot of people are hyped for that, which is fair enough. It's kind of a pinkish gray here. Rumors the Odyssey devs are making a new DK game. I mean, maybe. That'd be kind of cool. Get our first DK64 type game in a long time. Hey, what's up, BMJ? Oh, with HR director at work, and she said that you could come up with community service hours. We're doing stuff over here, like activities, doing your job, but not your job. That's more or less what I did for my community hours for high school. I just helped out around the school because I was like, you know, because like I lived quite far from the school. It was like a 40-minute commute like every morning, and then like also like, you know, having to go to like a job on top of that would have been a giant pain in the neck for me, because I had to get home and, you know, help with other stuff. So they just, you know, I just kind of took my lunch hour out, you know, and other times I kind of just, you know, during the day, and just helped some of my teachers out, and they signed off on my hours, you know, just to make it easier. It's like, yeah, no. Just helped out around the classroom and stuff. And like did like lunch hour like tutoring stuff as well. Yeah, it is, BMJ, it is, absolutely. Yeah, you can do bingo and stuff. Yeah, for sure. Just hang out with the older folks. This whole wing skin area transition is a little weird, honestly. Not sure how to make this look good. Parts that are just, you know, clearly one color are easy, but then there's other parts that are just like, yeah, it's a whole other color now. And there's no lines or anything, like, between them. Like, just, yeah, alright. So how it's gonna be? It's how it's gonna be. Alright, cool. Pretty alright, BMJ. Oh, they updated it to be visible on mobile now. That's cool. It always was kind of weird how they didn't do that before. It's like, yeah, you know, your name is green on YouTube when you're a member, except on mobile. Like, but why? Hey, JB, what's up, dude? I've been booped. Well, that was weird. For some reason, I just got like a huge whiff. Like, you know that smell of like rubbing alcohol when they like dab your arm before you're getting like a shot or whatever? I just had a huge whiff of that in my nose, and I have no idea why. There's there's none of that anywhere near me. So weird. Just, you know? Mods always had blue? Yeah, so it wasn't like they couldn't do colors, it just didn't. For members for some reason. Very strange. You tired and stressed, JB? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully we can take your mind off a bit with some chill stuff and me stressing over colors. Not stressing, but quibbling, I suppose. Rainbow Chippy. Her true powers have activated. If she remains in Rainbow Chippy form for too long, she'll start growing a horn out of the middle of her head. Become Unicorn Chippy. Unichippy. Chippy corn. You have no food for work, no snacks, nothing? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, JB. That sucks, dude. Everything's so darn pricey lately. I think we can all relate to that a little bit. That sucks, man. We're doing an Agakuga from Monster Hunter at the moment. Which is difficult because, like, as long as I was sticking to grayscale, I could make the shading look pretty good and all that. But adding in colors has sort of put in a whole new dimension that I'm not sure I can pull off. Because I'm making it from a 3D model. And I've never tried to convert a 3D model into 2D before. So it's been a little interesting. I think this color here is it's kind of like a grayish, like it's like a bluish tone to this part of the face, but then there's like this sort of like a brownish as well, but I'm not really sure which is the real color. There's just so much shading involved in this creature. It is sometimes difficult to tell what the color I should be going for is. Your capstone doing good? Oh, for your Battle Pass event, is it? Or something else? Oh no, for your school thing, right? I think it's more of a gray, honestly. Like, might be this color here. First thing I come up with, isn't it? It doesn't look right, but it doesn't look fully wrong either. Is the trouble? Just kind of just like, all right, with highlights and shadow, it might just look right, so we'll give it a shot. Doesn't look right to me, but we'll see. And it seems too brown. Whenever I go in to get a new pull, it, like, is that's closer? I don't know. I'm honestly torn at this point. That looks a little better, I think. It's got a bit more of a bluish tint to it, I guess, but basically just gray. Project for seniors, right? Yeah, you mentioned before. Sorry, just my brain was like capstone. Ah, battle pass, like because game brain is game brain. Hey Blaze, how's it going today, dude? What might one face or various skills they might need. That's cool. You got a code for Shiny Eterna in Pokemon, and it's not going through for you? I don't know. I have not looked at that myself. Hopefully you can figure it out, though. Oh, yeah, Game Slayer? Yeah, some of the hero relics in Fire Emblem look pretty cool. post-processing stage. Right. I get you, BMJ. I get you. I'm glad you seem to be comfortable doing it. You know, you seem to know what you want from it, and that's good. That's always one of my biggest struggles during you know, projects and such. Was like, all right, for big super important project, like what do I even do? I don't know. You know, like having that like direction to go in helps a lot. You need context on the one side, you have this very detailed handle leading to a small and normal axe head. On the right side, you have this very bland handle leading to whatever you want to call the hero relic. They're eccentric. Yeah, for sure. I had in my head that the Nagafuga's gums are black, and I think they actually kind of are. But I think more likely what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to color it in the same color as the beak and then just shade it in. Because it doesn't really seem to have any clear point where, because like it's like there are points where it goes from gray to pink, and then there are parts where it goes from black to pink, and it's like, okay, it's, at that point it just seems more like you can just shade it in, you know? Need to come back to into the teeth as well, though. And this section right here is pink, I think, because it's like the material, like the material stretching between the beak that like keeps it moving. And I guess it's not really a beak. Like it's kind of a beak. I don't know. The muzzle beak, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of part beak and part muzzle. Hey, Kribby, all the details, and yeah, honestly, I'm not actually sure I'm going to enjoy doing this as colored. I might go back to doing it shaded after the fact, because like there are definitely some parts of this that look better just shaded, because all the detail, like the color looks great, but it needs all the details on top of it to make it look good, whereas the shading is a little more simplistic, and you don't, like, your eye doesn't seem to expect to look for all that detail as much with shading alone. So even though the color adds something to it, it also sort of sets the bar higher that makes it look not as good by comparison. At least that's how it's been coming across to me so far. We'll see if that's how it ends up being, but... How you doing, Kribby? Alright, Nova. The meek or the meek or the muzzle? Something like that, yeah. Shading is definitely simpler, yeah. That said, I mean, this doesn't look terrible. I just need to get things figured out, I guess. Doing normal? Yeah, I mean, can't ask better than that sometimes, you know? I get you. Obviously, I want everyone to be, you know, doing great, but honestly, doing normal is pretty good sometimes. So I'm not gonna push my luck, you know. It's like, it doesn't look bad, but, like, there's still a lot more that I gotta figure out, too. Like, I don't know what the heck to, like, I haven't quite figured out what to do with the scales yet. They look blue as well, but it's a different blue than the fur. You know, like, there's this blue here, and that's not so different from the fur, really. It is a different shade, I guess, but not much. And again, I guess it makes sense that it would be a very similar shade. I don't think it's trying to, like, stick out too much. It's what makes it so difficult to tell what is where sometimes. Thinking I might need to, like, make some executive decisions on this one, honestly. Because I've really been struggling to figure out what, like, where the plating starts and where the fur ends, and I think I just need to be like, look, if you see plates in the line art, plate. If you don't, fur. You know what I mean? And I hope that's not entirely wrong. But just because it's getting difficult to tell where I should do what, you know? Come back, Nova. Thinking this up here might actually be fur. Could be plate, it could be fur. I don't actually know at this point. There's definitely like a transition area around the plates. You find why it didn't work? Girl got the cards from GameStop today, according to the Nintendo website. They start on the 18th. Oh, it's too early. Ah, makes sense. Oh, do you hear you? Well, there you go. Ideas are good. Sure hear you. Oh, I thought you meant. I thought you meant like for yourself. Okay, cool, fair enough. Oh, so see, that's not plate anymore, though, is it? Dang it! It's definitely plate up to here, but it starts getting less plate-like from there. Yeah, making like long straight lines is definitely tough, Game Slayer. I agree with you on that one. You think it's closer to the stories, Nargi? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm like mentally referencing, I guess. So it definitely wasn't quite as detailed a model in stories. Yeah, last call for MASH, you guys. Thank you, Empress, for the reminder. Okay, white background, go away. Seriously, I can't see. You're blinding me. It's like giving me a headache a little bit, actually. Like, just blah. You're boggling my eyes. Bright, dark, bright, dark, bright, dark. Stop it. Stories 3. I mean, honestly, like, at this point, I'm not sure I would buy Stories 3. And that's kind of a shame, because I enjoy the premise of Stories. I think it's a cool idea. But the execution and all the RNG involved has really kind of disabused me of wanting to play it. That's why I never finished 2. So at this point, I've bought both games, 1 and 2, and I've finished neither of them. At that point, you gotta sit there and be like, wait, do I actually enjoy playing this? Because, like, I buy it because I love the idea of it, and then I start playing it, and I love it for a while, and then it just gets so frustrating to play it that I stop playing it. At that point, it's kind of like, wait, do I actually enjoy playing this? Because it doesn't seem like I do. You know? These toes are actually pretty good. It's so dark over here, though. Just I could draw the color I wanted from here for the plating, but it's considerably grayer and darker than what I've been using. Like, a lot. I don't know. I kind of prefer it, though. I don't know. I'm a little torn. Let me give it a shot. Yeah, that actually kind of fits a bit better. Dun dun dun, you don't. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I want to like the games, they're cool. It's a nice, like I said, it's a cool concept, but the rock, paper, scissors combat and the RNG with the eggs is, and the genes and all that is just like, meh. Yeah, but like, I guess just because the way I am, honestly, April, like, I can't ignore the genes. I wish that I could, but every time I try to, it just drives me bonkers. I just can't do it. Because it's just like I realize you can probably beat the game without worrying about it, just fine, but it's just like, if I'm gonna go to the trouble of raising this creature, I want it to be the best it can be, and I guess that's just from Pokemon, I guess. Because, like, I don't quibble, I don't usually go to the length of, like, IV breeding for Pokemon because it's too much work. But like when I'm making like an actual team, and I'm not just doing like a Nuzlocke or something where I don't have where I don't have the luxury of breeding or whatever else, or like deliberate training. But if I do have the luxury of doing that, then I will EV train a team just to get it to the point where it's as good as it's gonna get. And even if I don't do that, I still tend to catch Pokemon that at least have a shot at being not optimal necessarily, but better, I guess. So I don't know. It's just ingrained in me too much at this point to like, if I'm given the option of making my team stronger, why wouldn't I do that? I guess is just the reflex I've developed over time. Oh yeah. Monster Mash winners are Lan, April, Nova, Empress, and Kirby. Yeah, it does seem hard, Blaze, to do it that way. Congrats to our winners. You need to make the axe head for the normal half, and you done with the axe portion? Nice. Is that too much gray? No, it looks pretty good actually. Abby MJ, you got new, some new music stuff? I take it. Oh, Ed Novemberus. All right. Yeah, you wouldn't want to lose the Velocidrome or you'd be in trouble, for sure. Not sure why it popped into my head just this moment, but for some reason I'm remembering this old game called Mage Knight. It's not a video game, it's a tabletop game, kind of like Warhammer, but you didn't have to paint the miniatures. And they had these cool rotating bases where when they took damage, you would click. You dealt damage in clicks, which basically meant that like you would turn the base, X number of clicks, because it would click whenever you moved to the slot. And depending on what click you were at, it's like it had numbers for its different stats, like attack, defense, range, whatever. And then each of those categories might have like a color over it, and the colored box over top of the number would tell you if it had like a special ability. It was cool anyway, but like I got into it right as it was going out, and then the game shop that had them in town closed, or stopped carrying them first and then closed. So it was like, ow. It was cool though, and they had some jumbo models like dragons and tanks and stuff too, which was super cool. I really liked it anyway. Hey Electric, how's it going, dude? You're still, you're feeling stuffy and congested? That's no fun. Sorry to hear that, dude. Glad you're good otherwise, though. The blade plating seems grayer and less blue. So lighter kind of a gray, I guess. I don't know, I'm a little torn on that one too. Right here is the best we're gonna get. Welcome back, Lena. As we're finished, posting up on Discord. Cool. I'm doing alright, Electric. Thank you. Hanging in there. Enjoying my reduced schedule for the week. Oh, and 9 o'clock match, you guys, is now up and running. Yeah, we got a lot more shading to do, Kirby, for sure. Add all these details in after the fact. Not quite sure what to do with this. I guess it's just the same gray, I guess, but with a lot of highlighting? I don't know. Because, like, there's so much of it that's just different looking. I don't know. Now, this one is, like, almost black by comparison because it's so much darker. Photo gallery. No, if it's art, you can put it in Nova's section, Game Slayer, the Supernova Art Galaxy. We used to have an art section, like just for like drawn stuff, but then I realized that like a lot of it ended up over in Nova's section anyway, and it was kind of weird having two art channels. So I was like, we'll just roll into one. That is indeed you, Nova. So I'm even less certain that this is the right color for this section because it's so much darker. Kind of like, okay, Just to come through here and shade it like crazy after, I guess. Hey, Christina. Sounds good, Game Slayer. There's plate, I was similar kind of thing there too, but like the basics of it seem right, but Hey, let me take a look here at Game Slayer's work real quick. Oh, looking pretty good there, yeah. I'm not quite sure what to do with. I guess the chest plating is probably the same gray I'm using, but it looks so much darker. But I guess it could be just a matter of shading, you know? No, it's probably the same as this one, I guess, as this coloring here. A darker plating shading, I guess. It's hard to tell. I'm not really sure what's going on underneath this thing's body for the most part, honestly. This seems to pretty much all just be like the same dark shading, though. This is all definitely like skin from about here along to here, I think. That's why I have this blue up to there. That's the downside, I guess, to doing a model like this, but where like it has no visible line work, is like when it gets really dark, you can't tell what goes where anymore. It just becomes one big blur. And for a minute or two, this is gonna look really bad because I haven't done I've not done most of the lines under here yet. I did all like this mess over here, but I don't know what to do with that exactly just yet, but. So forgive it for looking like utter roadkill for a second or two here. While I color all this in and remove all the texture. When you listen to Mocho, like the Dysfunction version, the original version was a crazy scream that totally threw you off. Oh yeah? Sure, I'll check it out, BMJ. Well, this seems to just be his underbelly. Not exactly certain where all of it, like what all of it relates to exactly though, because like, I don't know. Yeah, I gotta be careful of the chin here. Because obviously some of it is like belly, but like it's so dark it's kind of hard to tell if he's got his like anything coiled up under him or anything like that. I don't think he does. His tail is up in the air, so I think he's fine, but it's hard to tell. That looks like scales for sure though. So I think we're in the clear. That looks so bad. I don't like it. We gotta fix this junk. Oh, that's the wrong one. We want this one. But this is kind of why I was wary of adding color to this particular drawing, because it really just does kind of, it really just does kind of become. Like I was saying before, like once you've got the colors started adding in, your brain's like, okay, cool, it's like a higher quality drawing. Where's all the detail gone to? And you're just like, oh. Because if you had kept it as just shading, like shading absolutely can do high detail, but at least for me anyway, my brain doesn't seem to expect it as much. Like it's not nearly as demanding when it comes to it. Maybe that's just on me though. Maybe that's not how everyone looks at it. Honestly, I'm thinking I might just color this whole thing the same color and then just highlight the crap out of the blade edge of it. It does seem to be a different color though, but maybe with a combination of shading and highlighting we'll get the same effect. Just because this whole, like, not having it be the same color, but sort of the same color, but not the same color, back and forth crap is getting old. Like, is it or isn't it? Make up your mind. Alright, fine. Hey, Kyle, how's it going, dude? Doing alright, I think. I'm doing okay. Just trying to make some decisions here about what colors need to go where. And I gotta go to the exhausting process of transposing a whole bunch of details onto it as well, which is gonna be interesting. Well, you're doing good though, Kyle. Yeah, it's a very dark drawing in a lot of places, so it ends up looking black in a lot of places. But a lot of it is just shadow, I think. Complicates my life significantly. Oh, a lot more, yeah. This particular piece of art has a tremendous amount of shading. I'll show you the line work in a second here. Get all this color out of the way here in a moment. Hey Preston, I've been booped. I have been booped, 'tis true. You reach 15 in Splat 3. Very nice, very nice. Hey, Wisey. No, not yet. No, it's not terrible, I guess, but there's a lot of in-betweeny places that don't really have anything happening. Maybe, Kyle. Yeah, I mean, I haven't actually. Like, I'm still doing a lot of the shit. Like, there's still a lot of shadowing left to do. Because the eyes already are like yellow and glowing a little bit. I just haven't got the effect down yet. So right now, honestly, the colors are making it look worse, not better. Because I need to add all the detail back in on top of the colors. You know what I mean? And like, I'm still working on that. Because there really is a lot to do for that. Hey, Ancient One. How you doing today? Like, this whole section is kind of like has this weird mesh between the reddish and the blackish, and I need to like blend it at some point. So I figure all that out. Hey Claire, how you doing today? Oh, okay, Game Slayer. Well, thanks for popping by for a bit, dude, and hanging out with us. Hope you had some fun. Oh, not that. What's up, PDB Ferox? Oh, what's up, hey, Clay? The Lightning Dragoon Raiders. Is this a double raid, or are you guys playing something with the Dragoons in it today? Thank you for grabbing Claire's link, Nova. Doing alright, Claire, doing alright. I'm definitely struggling a bit on this one, though. But I kind of deliberately picked something really, really difficult. Because I'm trying to turn a Nargacuga, you know, the 3D art of a Nargacuga, into a two-dimensional drawing, which is a little bit beyond my skill level, honestly. Because the base drawing, you know, is pretty intense, honestly. You and Clay as well? Ah, both playing with FF14. Nice. Ooh, ow. Oh, ow, ow, stretching. Ow, sorry. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys both coming on over to raid. Sorry for the subs only mode. It keeps the bots off of our neck. I know it's not optimal for most people though. But it is only for a minute at least, you know, it's not a tremendously long wait, but it is inconvenient, I know. I did, Claire, yeah. It's cool seeing some of the direct things coming out. I was kind of chuckling to myself about Tales of Symphonia getting a remaster because I was just talking about playing through that recently. And then they're like, Nintendo, get off my couch. But what I'm finding overwhelmingly for this Nargacuga is like I can color it in the right colors approximately, but I got a lot to do before I'm going to be able to get all the highlights and shading to the point to where they need to be to make it look like it actually should. I'm almost considering taking the color back out again, frankly, just of how much it's going to require me to do to get it to look right. Well, we'll see. I've not given up just yet. Nice, Preston, nice. Anything I'm excited to see from the direct? I mean, I'm definitely curious about Symphonia, Symphonia's remaster. Tears of the Kingdom looks, you know, like I'm glad people finally have a definite date for that. I was kind of hoping it was Prime 4 when I first saw the ruins, but then I saw like the moblins and such, and I was like, okay, yeah, no. But Pikmin 4, of course, pretty awesome. Hopeful for that. The Front Mission games look cool too. I've never played or seen them before. Octopath 2 is kind of exciting as well. And I'm curious about Fire Emblem Engage as well. I initially kind of dismissed it a little bit because it looked like another one of those ones where you just summon in, you know, characters from past games. It's kind of like a, you know, an easy way to make a game. But then like as it went on, it kind of started bringing me around because like yeah, that's got Marth like again, sure, but it also has its own characters and. That seemed to be where the main focus was. Like, yeah, the ring summon thing isn't so different from just like the assist or the the team-ups or whatever we've had in recent-ish games. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Angry guitar sounds better with angry bass, right? I've listened to a few bass guitar channels myself recently because they're pretty cool. Yeah, well, like at first, I guess, April, but like I don't know, like it's still set in like a fantasy world, and most of the characters look like they would be Fire Emblem characters. So whereas like Fantasy Mirage was more like Persona, right? And I don't think it is. Hey, Astro. I'm doing okay, thank you. How are you, dude? See the Hydra? Hydra? In what? Oh, in Final Fantasy, or? So headache, Astro? That's no fun. Hopefully that clears up for you soon, dude. Oh, combos and stuff. Yeah, it did seem like there was a combo mechanic in the Fire Emblem game, but it still seemed to play like a Fire Emblem game though. All right, so putting the shading back in, taking this out. Like I said, like I think I'm pretty pleased with how this is looking, but this is more or less where we started today. The shading was looking pretty clean. Oh, it's guitar. Steve Vai has a new album with it. It's insane. Oh, cool. Hey, Harmony. How's it going? It looked like most of the summons were lords here, so I wouldn't hold my breath for that, but it would be cool, yeah. But then I started adding in color, and I don't know how I feel about it. It takes all the detail out, you know? Like, it's not looking terrible, I guess. But it's, which layer is that dot on? It's this one. Problem is I'm missing some serious holes in it, because, like, there's gaps. I'm not sure what color to make it is the issue. Of what, Harmony? Like, this here has got to be the same color as the other wings. I just haven't actually gotten into that yet. That looks wrong. Is that wrong? No, same color. Huh. How long have we been doing art? Like a couple of months, maybe 3 months at most. I started a few months ago streaming it. Like if you find the first time this pops up streaming, that's pretty much a start. You know what I mean? Like I did a couple of practice things before that, I guess, but pretty much the same week I bought it. I bought my art tablet. It was the first stream was like the week following, so. Yeah, but I don't like using the fill tool, honestly, because I'm trying to, like, teach myself the brush strokes and better control and develop that, you know, the kind of the muscles and all that, I guess. Plus, it wouldn't be Monster Mad Gaming if I didn't make it harder for myself somehow. It's just kind of how I roll, I guess. But like the actual creature behind here, like you can tell, they're supposed to be, you know, you can vaguely tell, I guess, but like it's so dark in the shadows, it's hard to tell what exactly is happening or where it needs to go to or what. It's like, I'm on the wrong layer for this. No, I'm not actually. Basically, what's difficult about this is because there's so many areas where the colors like interact and blend and merge and whatever else needs to happen that it just gets a little visually confusing. And besides that, there's plenty of spaces where it's so dark I can't tell what's meant to be there anyway. Which I guess I can just sort of, you know, then just duplicate and fudge it, but still. Base colors, then brush another layer to add textures. Yeah, I mean that's more or less what I'm doing. I'm using the shading and highlighting on the higher layers, but like for the areas, like these transitional areas, I'm not really sure what they're meant to be because it's so darn dark I can't tell. Like this is without my interference. It's just dark and sort of blue gray. And I don't know if it's meant to be like skin or if it's meant to be like, you know what I mean? Like I don't. Over here, it's kind of like leathery skin, I guess. It's like a very, very grayish blue. Still quite dark. Maybe something like that. So I could sort of just slot that in as an in-between. Thank you all for 20 likes on the hype. 20 likes on the hype. Yes, absolutely. Good English. Thank you for 20 likes on the stream, you guys. Very kind of you all. And again, please do check out Claire and Kane both for the very kind raid they sent our way. $20 likes on the hype. Yeah. Woo. Sometimes the things we say when our brain is just like, yep, let's just throw some words in his mouth and go. You know, like, don't even worry about it. Don't think, just do. But yeah, I've got a lot more shading and such to do before I'm any kind of happy with this. It's a reddish back there. But yeah, no, like I knew I was biting off maybe more than I could chew with this one when I started it because of how much there was, but I wanted to see how I can hack, see if I could hack it, considering that, you can't just keep not doing it, I guess. If you want to learn and improve, you got to push yourself a little bit here and there, so that's kind of what I wanted to do here. Yeah, it can be Blaze, it can. Like, what's your name? Normal, man. Yeah. whole section, huh? Still not exactly sure how I'm going to be doing the hair textures without just going bananas on the detail section, drawing like a zillion tiny lines, which I could do, I suppose, but I'm not looking forward to it. Hey, William. I mean, it's all colored in. I can't say as I like it yet, but it's all colored in. Oh, there might be. I'll probably find like a brush that would be better suited for it. I just don't know what brush it is. That's the thing. Have a look. I guess the confetti one might not be a terrible way of doing it. No, see, it just kind of looks like at a distance, it just looks like regular. What if I did something like that? I mean, that works for texture, I guess. Just kind of peppering along here. That's not bad, actually. You just kind of drag it. It's not like at a closer distance, it doesn't look that good. But like further out, it kind of looks like fur, I guess. Yeah, but if I smudged it, then it would just become a blur, and that's what we're trying to avoid. It's like you had to be able to see the hairs to some degree. I think if all I wanted out of it was like texture, this would work pretty well, honestly. Like, this will work pretty well, I think, for the plates. Not sure about the fur, but the plates look great with that, actually. Like that's phenomenal, honestly, for the plates. It adds like a whole other dimension of texture to the hard bits. It's not bad. It's kind of a lazy way to add texture, I guess, but like I don't hate it. Doing good, well, William? Did you watch the State of Play? No, I watched the direct, though. Yeah, I'm not sure if it works for the hair or like for the fur, but it looks pretty good on like the plates and stuff. Yeah, I don't think I like it on the fur. Hey, Poison, how's it going, dude? Back from work to find both your monitors on the floor and one of them broken. Oh no! Did it get catted or what? I don't know if you have a cat, but that sounds like a cat thing to do. Yeah, it does, Kyle. I agree. I think the fur is not really taken to it too well, but the plating and the membranes look pretty good with it. No idea how they broke your dog? Couldn't know because your dog was the door was closed. You couldn't get in, so you don't know. Right? I'm sorry though, dude. That still sucks. I'm gonna remove the speckling from the fur, I think, because it's not working as well as I wanted to for that. But for the rest of it's pretty good. At least you can upgrade. That's true. Yeah. It still sucks having to buy things, having to spend money you weren't planning on spending. I know that feeling only too well. So confetti works pretty well for that. What about grass, grunge? Hatch pen is interesting. No, like if it was in a consistent direction, that might work. And can I get it to stop flipping around like crazy? Not really, no. It's like trying to... I'm not sure why it keeps twisting like that. I guess trying to figure out what way I want it to go. If I stop moving it, you can get it to do individual lines, but if you try and do them together, it just flips around too much, which is weird. You that look good, Blaze? Yeah, I mean, I might go back to it if I can't find a better option, but oils, pencil. It is kind of cool, actually. The kind of pencil-y effect. Pencil 2. Pencil 3, I assume. Yep. Pencil scratch. That's good for anime, those intensifying lines. Pixel, 1x1 square. Smoke. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I don't mind that. Alright, Claire, have yourself a lovely night, alright? Thanks so much for the awesome raid. I hope you had a lovely stream. Got some splats, some splatters. That's kind of not, that's not bad. was making like a Dalmatian, you know. Dalmatian Nargacuga. 101 Nargies. Oh, yes. Last call for 9 o'clock mashers, you guys. Sponge. That's just a big ol' gradual texturizer. Not bad either, honestly. That would not be a terrible option for some of our needs either. Stonework. That's a little too. Ooh, that's kind of cool actually, though. I like that. Texture. Ah, yes, the texture tool. So I could have done that for this too, huh? Made it smaller and then just gone to town. No, I just kind of listened to it. Look, it looks like a sharp at that point, doesn't it? Giant texture. Texture 2. Oh, nope, nope. Go back, go back, go back. Undo. Texture hose. Texture hose. Yeah, I think if I want specific and coherent lines, I'm gonna need to do them myself. Is the problem here? All right, Pixel. Be safe on the way back, dude. Oh, this one's called Bristles, but it doesn't, like, it just kind of looks, it's too close together, I guess? Yeah, it's not really. I think it's brush bristles, not like bristles. Cell shading. It's not terrible, but I mean, that's better than what's been on some things. I don't necessarily hate it. I'm not exactly sold, but I don't hate it. At least gives it, you know, sort of the right ballpark of texture, you know what I mean? What do you guys think? You think it looks better, Kyle? I know what you mean, Nova. Yeah, it's tough. Oops, I'm drawing on the wrong layer again. How about here? You like it? Let me just get some of these other. I'm on the wrong layer again. Sure. Okay, Matt, let's fix the layer. Okay, cool. Hey, Matt, let's go right back to the exact same layer. Like, yeah. Why? I might actually need more than 3 layers of shading for this Nargacuga, frankly. There's so much of it that needs shading. Like, if you're getting close, it makes the fur shading look kind of wonky. But like at a distance, it looks pretty good. I don't know. It looks a little like close up. It looks too random to look good, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm not sure I like the texture we ended up with. Like, it looks like at a distance it looks good, but close up it looks kind of lousy. But I don't know. It's definitely faster. Like, I guess for a quick and easy texture it works, but or anything with any like if you want to get in there and scrutinize it, it kind of falls apart, you know. Should draw a monkey. It's a monkey. Yeah, Jane Goodall did a lot of studying with chimpanzees for sure. Whew. Did I draw the 9 o'clock match winners just now? Because I have a whole bunch of people in the match, and I'm just like, wait, is that the new match or the old match? I did not. Need winners? Okay. Monster Mash winners are April, Cribby, Pixel, Nova, Astro. Congratulations, you guys. Time sure gets away from me on these art streams, though. Yeah, I remember that one, BMJ, yeah. The termite stick. And 10 o'clock match up and running, you guys. Hey, Poison. Welcome back to the member squad, dude. That's very kind of you. Thank you. A thing has been done. 'Tis true. So hype in chat for Poison, everyone, please and thank you. Oh, wait, I know. It kind of works, I guess. Yeah. What about Barbosa, sorry? I missed the part where you started talking about Barbosa. Oh, I feel nothing? Yeah. I feel nothing. Honestly, Barbosa was a really cool part of those movies. Hang on with code in class, like Unity's C hashtag, or C pound, what is it, C pound? I'm not sure what you call that. There's like in modern parlance, it's a hashtag, but it used to be a pound, and before that it was I don't know what it was, but it was something. Speaking terms, it was called C#. Ah, okay. See, I've learned a thing today. I wonder if that means that, like, in musical terms, then, like, I guess that's what it is, right? It must be, in musical terms, that's an annotation for sharp. That's cool. Might actually re-borrow that, what was it? Cell, was it? Charcoal. Cell. It's too big. Cool. Speckle Bright here along the edge of its blade arm thingamabob. It's called English. Uh-huh. Yeah, I've heard of that one. It's awfully successful considering it, you know, so many people use that one. I hear it's confusing though. Thank you, answer. Yeah, well, this is just, you know, what I'm copying it off of, but I'm working on it. Maybe just like get in there and just like fix the darn ear. Like I was so averse to just putting an ear in that I just like, but it's still not visible. Like you can tell it's there, but it doesn't stand out enough, and I needed to just get over it and put the darn ear in. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, but here, I want it to look natural. And I'm like, you know what, at this point, just put the darn ear in. You know? Oh, I'm way too thick of a line there. Hang on, let me fix that. Ooh, yuck. Gotta fix that. How you doing, Answer? Oh, yeah, Poison? Well, I mean, it's been great having you, dude. Time does fly, though, doesn't it? Not exactly thrilled with all of this, but it's working, I guess. 5 months he started for his job. Time, yeah, it's nuts. Fire equals hot, BMJ. Yeah, generally speaking, yeah. I don't know. I'm not totally sold, honestly, with the speckle shading. Like I said, I wasn't totally sold on there being color in the first place. If I take the color out, like, what does that do for us? I guess the real test will be like, oh, there's some holes in it too, which is not making me feel any better about it. But if I take the color out, what does the shading look like? Yeah, I don't know. Like, the weird speckles are not terrible, I guess, but it's not my favorite thing in the world. Like I said, like it works for some quick and dirty shading, but for anything with any real oh, I'm trying to move it, you noodlehead. What are you doing? You get in real close, it gets real ugly in a hurry, and I don't necessarily like that. I like being able to zoom in on it, you know, and see the shading. If I'd done it at this particular size, though, look, it just ends up looking like regular shading, you know what I mean? It doesn't look any different, really. Gets rid of that fur texture. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Hey, Kira. How's it going today? What do I like about what I do now, Toasted? Like you mean like YouTubing? I mean, it's fun hanging out with people, you know, sharing my games, my content with them. Doing good, Kira? Doing with Master Reflux. On that, you've been playing some Genshin, doing some art. Very nice. What color is even on this? Oh, it's just that stuff? Okay. Then yeah, that'll work, I guess. What do I about drawing? You know, it's fun to learn, mostly. I'm not very good at it yet, but I've been meaning to try and teach myself to draw for a long time, and this kind of gave me the opportunity to finally just, you know, do it. G161 raid. Sweet. Well, welcome, raiders. Hope you're having a lovely day. Appreciate you dropping on by to check out my artistic meanderings. Oops. A little carried away with myself there. Sounds good, JB. Sounds good. And again, sorry for the subs only mode, you guys. I don't like having it on, but it keeps the bots out of our hair. It's only a 1 minute wait time, though. I promise. It's not meant to be a pain. It's just meant to keep, you know, the spammers away. Alright, BMJ, good night, dude. Hope you had some fun hanging out with us and sleep well, alright? I mean, I don't like I can't see any of the eye over here. I might just put an eye in. I know you're not technically supposed to be able to see it, but it bothers me that there's just nothing there. You know what I mean? Hey, Jamie. Hey, Glad. How you guys doing today? You're good? Just got back from your vacation? Nice. Yeah, I'm still not exactly sold on this, like, speckling for the fur, but it's still better than having to go through it, like, you know, at a million, you know, like drawing a million lines myself, I guess, but still. What I maybe could have done was like this, lower the opacity of the brush. I think that's what Harmony was trying to tell me earlier, was maybe what I could have done. That way it's a little less just glaringly obvious. That would have been smart of me, I think. Doing okay, Glad, I guess. Hanging in there. What do you guys think? I think at a distance it looks pretty good, but as you're getting closer, it gets like you can kind of tell it's not fur, it's just like weird lines, but A good opinion on monitors? Not at the moment. Like, I haven't had to do any monitor shopping myself for quite a while, so I'm a little out of the loop on that. Geography is not your forte. Geography can be a bit of a pain, yeah. I suppose a bit of a doozy, Jamie. If at least a test in 2 days that you're not prepared for. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. You're at Value Village, right? I guess that's true, Pixel. Yeah, I'd still be happier with it if it was perfect like the whole way through, but I just don't think I have the skill level for that just yet. You know. If I take out the color, it still looks pretty good though, I gotta say. So I guess I'm pretty alright with that. I need to lower the opacity on the claws just a little bit. Well, to draw something? Yeah, it depends very much on like how detailed you want to go. Like I've been doing this thing for what, you guys, like 2 streams now? Because of all the shading and all the details involved. So it started off like this, and then we tried to break it down into lines and into shading. So it started off like so. We got it down to this, and then we added our own take on the colors back in again. And ended up with this. Yeah, it's not bad actually, I gotta say. Alright, glad. So yeah, this is probably a good, I don't know, it was like 3 hours on one, 3 hours on another, and another 4 now, so about 10 hours to do this. And like, if I had knuckled down and done like all the hairs manually, and like followed the exact curvature of everything, like to a T, we'd be going for another 3 easy. Like another 3 hours of busy work easy. But as it stands, I think that's pretty good. And honestly, like, I don't know if it's just like the bright background versus the darker creature, or just like squinting at all the little details, but my head's starting to hurt, so. No, actually, I'm using a tablet, Poison. I picked up a cheap drawing tablet. It doesn't have any screen on the tablet itself, but it's got a drawing area. And then it doesn't actually bother me too much to just look at my monitor while I'm doing it. But I'm basically entirely self-taught, aside from a few YouTube videos I've been sent or looked at myself. And I've been doing this for about two-ish months, I guess. So I know I traced this pretty much entirely, but I've done a few freehand things as well. So I think I'm doing alright for myself, all things considered. Like, we've been doing some practices for, like, freehanding with a reference. Like I did Entei and Suicune. This was freehand with a reference as well. I didn't trace that. I gotta get back to doing that, but I figured I wanted to challenge myself a little bit. Oh, yo, heck yes, Toasted Man. Using a mouse makes it a lot harder. Oh, nice, Poison. Yeah, like this one was like $70. You know, as I didn't have a lot of money to throw around at it. You have a small one as well, Nova? Headaches, new. Thank you, Kira. Yeah, like the Entei and Suicune, the proportions were off a little bit, but they're pretty good. I had a giant headache when I settled down to do Raikou, so I ended up tracing the Raikou. But I mean, at the same time, like, I'm really happy with the Raikou because, like, on the one hand, like, yeah, I traced it, but, like, it shows, like, how far I've come, because when I first started tracing, let's see, what's a good example? We did Arc early on from, Skeleton in Another World, and like, yeah, it's a pretty good trace. I mean, granted, this was a kind of a bad example, I guess, because it has a lot of shading elements I didn't really, sorry, the highlighting elements I didn't get into. But I mean, you know, it's I wasn't real confident doing the highlights and stuff, and then for Raikou, it's like almost bang on, aside from a few minor shading differences. Like, it's pretty much exact, so I'm pretty happy with that. Holding a pencil but sideways, and the pencil is like a small one. You need a nap, Mac? Or needed one? Yeah, I mean, naps are good sometimes, for sure. But other than that, like, we started off doing stuff like Deku for face practicing. Oh, I didn't actually. I guess I took it out, didn't I? Hang on. Let me revive the Deku. This was tracing. Like this was one of my first traces. I did alright for myself, honestly, but it was before I started using smooth stroke more often, which helped the line work look better. Same for Goku. You know, I still hadn't got the hang of using smooth stroke because so if you zoom in, the line work looks a little wobbly. You know. But like at a distance, it looks pretty good. No, it's fine. Hear you. It was worth doing. I enjoyed doing it. We did Arc and Ponta and Shenron. Which one did I? Where's Ponta? That's Arc again. Where'd Pontas go? I guess I hadn't started doing it. Oh no, that's the weird Snarkles one. There was a Ponta one in here somewhere, but I seem to have misplaced it. The Shenron one was a right pain because we had so much like detailing to do and all the, you know, all that to do. So the reason why mice using a mouse is hard, Toasted, is because like it's not as intuitive. Like if you move the pencil left or right, it's hard to get that feeling of getting into the little details and stuff, and the mouse moves in a different way than a pencil does. So it's not impossible. There are people that do good work with a mouse, but it's a completely alien set of muscle reactions compared to using a pencil. So look, you can do it, but it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Did Mihawk as well. The details on his sleeves were, I think, the worst part of this one, honestly. The cape and the sword was kind of okay. Like, this is Trace, this one. But then I wanted to try and move away from just doing nothing but traces, and we did for a while there. But I've kind of been falling back to it, I guess, because of the more detail work involved, like in stuff like this. So there's been a lot of tracing going on because this is just kind of a big one. Oh yeah, Kira, nice. Yeah, I haven't got to the point where I'm comfortable doing like custom work, where it's just me drawing entirely brand new things from just from my head, because I'm bad at doing like spatial relations. So I'm trying to like that's part of what I did like Entei and Suicune for, was to try and be like, all right, look, I gotta look at this and then reproduce this with proportions intact, because once I get more comfortable doing that, I should hopefully start moving on to where I can start making original ideas that don't look like total junk. Oh yeah, Poison? Well, I definitely got to figure out what my next project is going to be now that we're finished the Nargi. Here you had a suggestion, which wasn't a bad one, but I'm not sure, just because like the version he found is not the version I think of when I think of the creature he suggested. All the Persona the series. Yeah, I mean, Persona's pretty great, yeah. I played 4 Golden and 5, just 5, not Royal, but yeah, you're not wrong. There's plenty of cool designs in that. So I've done a lot of Pokemon, and now I've been doing a lot of creatures lately. And I wouldn't mind moving back to people to help with proportions and stuff. Yeah, sounds good, Kira. Sounds good. I'd like to see it. Like Yusuke, yes. Blame him. For what? I don't know, everything. Pardon me. Pardon me again. You're back from, like this thing about Goku? I mean this fella right here? Funnily enough, I'm actually using Goku in a different project at the moment. I'm trying to draw a character of mine I'm using in a game that I'm running. And it's not good or done yet, but I was using Goku as a base because like the character's not that muscular, I guess, but he's got a like he has to have a broad enough chest because he has this interesting sort of tattoo design that I found on Google that I wanted to use because it's got like a circuit base for it. So like I wanted to try and trace this onto Goku's chest more or less for the design. But it's gonna be interesting because like it's a real person versus a, you know, not real drawing, so it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, animals are just like it's a whole different thing. But like I've seen like Sprit, for example, post like Nidoking up in the Discord and like in like a 3D, not 3D, but like a more realistic-ish style that looked amazing. And I was like, I wish I could do that. You know what I mean? Big Freed, Santana, others. Yeah, it's true. Persona has a lot of different things between creatures, humans, and otherwise. It's not a bad idea. And yeah, you did hear you. Yeah, like the sprite is definitely more what I'm accustomed to. You can do that. It's I guess the thing with that though is like because it's from an older game, it doesn't have a lot of definition to it. Like so I'm pretty confident I could do it, but it wouldn't really push me. I guess I don't think anyway. It is Nova, yeah. I think that's part of why I liked this though for the Nargi because like the Gogeta one we did, so I found a bit of artwork that was like extremely detailed. As far as the punch goes, and I'm not sure who the original author was, but artist was, but it's an amazing picture, and I really was not equipped to like do it at the time. I probably couldn't do it justice now, frankly, but it really brought home for me like all the shadowing you had to do because it's like just nuts. But what I love doing is just like putting in the background and taking out the color and then seeing how like that the arm still looks so incredibly like, you know what I mean? Like it looks amazing. Gohan Beast? No. I think Gohan Beast looks ridiculous. From the front he looks okay, but then he turns his head and it's like, what are you doing? No, absolutely not. But that's part of what I like about our Nargi here. We can take the color out and it still looks good. You know what I mean? And that to me is pretty good. Like if you can take the color out and still more or less tell what's going on, then you did a good job. You know what I mean? Like if you can remove the colors and the colors and the line work and still tell what's going on, then you did good, you know. So that's pretty good. We'll have to figure out what all we want to do next, though. I have a few ideas, I guess, but I haven't really settled on any particular notions. Let's see. Looking pretty good, Kira, yeah. Yeah, the cartoon one is just totally different here, for sure. I should draw an art Mac? Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? But yeah, I don't know. I'll bat around some ideas and see what I come up with, I guess, between now and next week. I definitely wouldn't mind getting better at doing like mechanical things because those are hard to do. So that might encourage me to maybe dip into Digimon a little bit because I haven't done a Digimon yet. And a lot of them have mechanical components along with fleshy bits, and that could be a challenge for sure. So that might be what I do. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I know it's not quite 11, so we're ending a little early, but if you guys don't mind, I'm going to call here, just because my head is starting to hurt a little bit, and I want to not have that be a problem. So, last call for 10 o'clock mash, you guys. Could do a gun of our Megazord for a robot. Yeah, could do that. Thank you guys for being here. And again, I'm sorry that I'm kind of taking like most of this week off. I'll be back on Friday with Splatoon though. I don't know. I was feeling kind of run down and tired, and just like my sleep schedule's been all whacked out because of my knee thing last weekend, and I'm trying to get that fixed as well. But yeah, I'll be back to full oomph before long, I'm sure. And we'll get Cult of the Lamb finished off next week. We'll get we'll go back to Fire Emblem next week. I want to get to Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle soon, because the sequel's coming out real soon. And I'm gonna put up a poll probably in the near future to see if you guys want me to play Tales of Symphonia now or wait for the remaster. Because part of me is just like, I'm not convinced there's gonna be any significant difference between the original and the remaster, and at that point, like, why pay for it? Like, if they're gonna charge me, you know, 30 to 60 or to 90 or however many dollars for a game I already have twice, then like I don't really see the point of that if it's not significantly different. If they'd like done like a real remaster on it and made it look like new and shiny, then like, hey, maybe. But if it's the exact same game, then I'm like, you already own that twice. I don't think I need to. I don't think three times is necessary. You know. Oh, we'll see. Oh, fruit fly. Why? He's like, I see my chance, and flew right in my mouth, right in the back of my throat. Just little jerk. Fruit flies, man. Yep. Well, like I said, I'll be back on Friday for some Splatoon, you guys. Hopefully, see you there, or on the Discord between now and then. Have a great week. Take care. Get some rest in yourselves, all right? Just you just read the Ohio as Ohio. Ohio gozaimasu. That's good morning though. It's actually evening, so you know. Konbanwa. Although it's actually although technically we're saying goodbye, so you know. Sayonara. Thank you all for being here, you guys. Monster Mash winners are Astro, Kira, Pixel, Nova, and Poison. And thank you again, Poison, so much for rejoining the Snuffle Squad, and thank you to Raptor for the jump scare, and thank you to Claire and Gladiator for the raids. Oh, and Clay as well. So, thank you guys for making this stream a lot of fun. Thank you all for 24 likes on the stream and just for being here and hanging out and generally being awesome. Hope you guys have a great evening. I will see you soon. Take care, stay monstrous, and bye-bye.